tangent. Welcome back. I know it's been a hot minute since I've dropped anything. Just kind of been enjoying my time in Albany, you know. Just kind of been living life, you know, to a point I just kind of forgot that I do reactions. It's crazy. But I'm here now because Pointless Hub is going to talk about Dwayne Johnson. The Amazing World of Rock Slop. Oh boy. I've seen a few of his movies with like disaster stuff, or heard of him. St. Andreas, whatever, like something like a California movie. What was it? I don't know how to pronounce this. Andreas, San Andreas. Yeah, that's the one. Rampage, Journey 2. Was it a sequel to this? Maybe. I might be slow, but yeah. So I'm back. Yeah, Pointless Hub. So always I'm going down to my dorm, but other than that, let's turn down a bit. Hopefully the audio doesn't delay. Let's check it out.
Yes, that is the title I'm going with. Dwayne "The Rock the Tooth Fairy" Johnson. He is in movies. Are they great movies? Most of the time, no, not really.
Oh, Red Notice.
Are they memorable
Red
movies? I mean, I'd say so. Like you remember they exist. That's gotta count for something. The Rock has saved franchises, and The Rock has killed franchises. He is a force of nature. We cannot stop him. He's tried recently to escape from the type of films he usually makes. He's been a little typecasted, so he wants to be a more serious actor, and that really hasn't worked out well for him. There's a certain type of movie you expect when you think of The Rock. You might remember him in the Fast and Furious movies, or Jumanji, or hell, Moana. You might even remember him from the Korean movies, or
was that a gun?
Jumanji, or hell, Moana.
Damn.
You might remember him from the Korean romance comedy Pain and Gain. But for every Rock movie you remember, there's like 5 you don't. I bet you don't remember him in Journey 2, The Mysterious
I remember
Island.
that one.
No, she's cold-blooded and attracted to heat!
That's emasculating.
That's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the Rock movies nobody remembers. The ones that were never a part of some big franchise. The ones that were utterly disposable. I hate to use the word, but there really is no better way to describe it. The slop. I want to talk about the Rock slop.
I mean, that's one way to go about it.
When you think of video game movies, you think of stuff like Detective Pikachu, or Sonic, or Need for Speed. You know what you never hear about? Rampage. Probably because
that was
nobody
a video
remembers
game.
it was based off a game, but yeah, it was. There it is. Wait, I've never played this series before. Is this just destruction mode in Godzilla Destroy All Monsters? That kind of rocks. We need more movies and games about monsters destroying cities.
Yeah, that would be
can't
cool.
hog the whole spotlight. Where's my Gamera movie, Hollywood? You cowards. So, I have to be honest, Rampage is not like the other Rock Slop movies.
Skyscraper.
Like this one. It's the most entertaining of the bunch, mainly because it has a wolf taking down a chopper. And I'd also say it has the best Rock of them, too. A lot of these movies just have the Rock be a generic hero guy. They need to have an explanation for why the Rock looks like that. So he's always an ex-FBI agent or spec ops or military. Something to explain the batshit feats he's going to accomplish, but not really. The Rock in most of these movies is just there. He's so bland. He is action guy. Is he sort of?
Yeah, that's like one way to put it. I mean, other than like comedies, movies he's been in, he's just like I just see him as like the action guy. Like I don't see as much. I mean, if you put Kevin Hart along with it, I mean, sure when it comes to comedy, but Dwayne alone, like that's an action guy right there. When I think the Rock, I think of those action movies pretty much.
The person, I don't know. It feels like in every one of these, he just knows he's being watched. You can see the gears in his head turning about how he can look or act as best as possible in that moment.
Come with me.
He doesn't feel like a character, he feels like The Rock, knowing he's The Rock, which makes a lot of the moments in Rock Slop movies just unintentionally funny.
Pretty impressive.
Just doing my job, ma'am. Go where they tell me to go.
Rampage is really the best Rock you're gonna get in this video. The one where he says Marvel quips.
Of course, the wolf flies.
I am so sorry. So where do all these monsters come from? Why is there a crocodile this big outside of Florida? Is this caused by a monkey drinking scum soda? Man, I hope so.
Bro.
Is this caused by a monkey drinking scum?
Funny enough, I just saw this video like a few days ago. Like this was an intro, like an opening to one of the Rampage games. That's such a weird coincidence, not gonna lie.
Soda? Man, I hope so. All of this is because of an evil corporation.
Of course. Why wouldn't they?
Between these experiments in space, and it wasn't exactly for the betterment of humanity.
Why would a corporation decide to create a serum that turns animals into monsters? Good question.
Betterment of humanity.
They call the whole evil serum thing
Better of humanity, of course.
Rampage. Imagine if after Umbrella Corps made the zombies, they were like, oh no, Project Resident Evil has gone terribly wrong. What was the plan here? How does it benefit a company to create uncontrollable monsters? At least in Jurassic World, they were gonna train the dinosaurs to sell to the military or something. Here they just spend billions to make kaiju for
that destroys
no benefit
cities.
other
To destroy
than
cities.
us, the viewer. They say they're gonna sell the DNA or something, but like, who's gonna buy this? What use are the monsters if you can't control them? Speaking of Jurassic World, The Rock is just Chris Pratt, but instead of taming raptors, he talks to a gorilla.
New guy, he no laugh.
An albino Donkey
The difference
Kong.
between a good day and a less than great one is all in the details and
Why
how
did
you
I
see
say
the world.
that? I don't know.
He cried.
George the gorilla. George of the
Curious
jungle.
George.
George is
George of the
curious.
jungle.
He does sign language, but not like that fake sign language everyone thought Coco did. Oh no, this gorilla has sentience.
I don't need your saving. No. George no saved him. You didn't save me. I was fine on my own. I'm fine.
He knows inside jokes. He pulls a prank on Huey from The Boys. This is all before he transforms, too. The movie just never acts like this is that much of a big deal. It's a bigger deal that he looks like a palette-swamped Donkey Kong.
That's
than
what
the
I
fact that he is Caesar from Planet of the Apes. And it's okay, George is a chill guy. Sure hope nothing changes that. So yeah, the evil Green Goblin gas lands across America and randomly
like he's
infects
Mighty Joe
3
Young?
animals. George, this wolf called Ralph, and this fuck-ass crocodile.
Well,
King K.
that
Rool.
sucks.
They get big, shenanigans happen. Curious George is now Furious George. I am so sorry.
That sucks.
That's the movie. Like I said before, Rampage is a little different from the other movies. For one, because this is actually entertaining. You know, in that popcorn flick kind of way. Rampage is not an art house film.
Holy shit!
But it is a decent movie to air on FX at 3 p.m. right before the day after tomorrow. Something you'd casually have on in the background while cleaning your house. Or you can just watch all the monster scenes on YouTube. That's also an option. The creature designs are the best thing about this. I love how all these goobers look. Especially Lizzie. Yeah, that's her name. It's in the manual. Lizzie has tusks.
Really?
Ralph can fly for some reason.
That is cool though.
These mini kaiju as they wreck up the place and
That
head
is
to
cool,
Chicago
though.
to take out the noise that's driving them insane. That's right. Not only did this evil corporation create the Rampage serum, they made a noise specifically to piss them off. What is your end game here? They're gonna nuke Chicago. Sometimes with these movies, you have to wonder what The Rock's power level is. Like he straight up gets shot, then ignores the bullet after leaving the room. Did he whip out his Pit-Boy and use a stim pack? So yeah, after destroying the signal, George goes back to normal, and him and The Rock team up to bring Lizzie down. George dies.
That's the end, I
Just
guess.
kidding. George was originally actually supposed to die at the end of the movie. Something I thought they were going to do because this monkey straight up stops breathing for 20 seconds. I thought it was a pretty bold creative decision to do that. But, no. The Rock literally intervened to give this movie a more cliche ending. He said, "I don't like a sad ending. Life brings that shit. I don't want it in my movies. There's a crocodile the size of a football stadium. We're not making Saving Private Ryan." That's right, The Rock. You're literally not making Saving Private Ryan. Unrelated, but one thing I love about that quote is he specifies that Izzy isn't an alligator, she's a crocodile, despite coming from Florida, which means there's going to be a lot of comments trying to correct me because I've been calling her a crocodile this whole time. Well, guess what? Lizzie is a crocodile. No, it doesn't have to make sense. It's the Rampage.
I mean, it is a crocodile, though.
Hi.
What the heck?
Sense.
What was
it's
that?
The Rampage lore. Fuck you. Hi, I'm Chef Bobby Booba
What
Deli.
video was
I
that?
sell all my important ingredients and cooking equipment.
San Andreas. Whatever that name. Whatever how you pronounce that.
There's a range when it comes to disaster movies. A range I just made up. I call it the wacky meter. Like you have those movies that play the disaster completely straight. No fun allowed.
Man.
Like Greenland. It's miserable. Then you have the crazy shit. 2012, Moonfall, stuff like that.
Roland Emmerich. Well, most of them,
Even
to
when
be much.
billions are dying, who cares? Look at that donut roll. San Andreas falls into an uncanny valley, an unfortunate middle ground where the disaster is too stupid to actually take seriously. But oh man, does the movie not think this is a laughing matter. One moment, The Rock is mourning his daughter who drowned to death. Oh my god. And then the next, he's doing this. GTA San Andreas is about the big one hit in California. The anticipated big earthquake that will sink Los Angeles into the sea. San Andreas is that scene from 2012, but stretched out for like 2 hours. Hell, I think it even has the same plot, too. A divorced dad has to navigate the city to find his family.
In the fucking car!
He wins back his ex-wife in the end because the new stepdad straight up dies. San Andreas is kind of the perfect example of Rock Slop. The Rock is a charismatic guy.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
In Rampage, he at least worked because he had a big gun and teamed up with a giant gorilla. The worst Rock Slop is when The Rock gets nothing. When he is only there because he is The Rock and people will watch the movie. Look at this
eat
poster.
that up.
This is about an earthquake, and his face takes up most of the frame. There's no reason why The Rock is in this. Rescue helicopter pilot Raymond Gaines could have been anyone. Jason Statham, Vin Diesel, insert another bald guy from Fast and Furious. Would have been the same movie. The Rock being a big strong man does not matter to the plot at all, because he has to escape the earth collapsing. Can't bench press your way out of this one. The Rock is our no-nonsense hero, calm and collected to a fault. Like, my man, the entire city is falling into the earth. Can you not be a bit more concerned?
Right.
My family has lived and worked in Albany for over 30 years. By using prescribed fire, we maintain a healthy...
Oh my God.
The Rock and his wife, Mom from Spy Kids, have been drifting apart ever since one of their daughters drowned in a tragic whitewater rafting accident. He blames himself because it was his idea to take the trip, and also he...
Why that remind me of Heavy Rain? The game? I don't know. Like, that reminds me so much of Heavy Rain. It's similar, but still, because like when he brought that up, I just thought of Jason, whatever. Okay.
The was on the boat with her, and he saw her drown, and his job is to save people in situations exactly like this. And so his wife moved on to a new guy, Mr. Fantastic. And man, he's fantastic.
Oh,
because
yeah.
The Rock needs to get back together with his wife at the end of the movie, they just make Mr. Fantastic the biggest dirtbag imaginable. He starts off as a respectable, normal guy. Then the second shit hits the fan, he immediately bails on his stepdaughter.
Crazy.
It's like the earthquake had the magical power of changing this guy's entire personality. He then goes on a side quest, fucking over anybody unfortunate enough to get in his way. Too bad he didn't outrun the boat, you idiot. After watching so many disaster movies, you really pick up on the cliches. Paul Giamatti is the obligatory scientist who looks at the charts and says, "Oh God."
What? I don't know why that took me so long to realize that he was also in the Holdovers. That's a good movie. Yeah, I don't know why it took me that long to realize.
He saw it coming. He tried to warn us, yet we didn't listen. He's the one saying the most basic exposition about earthquakes anyone with a third-grade education should know about. It's so funny. Everyone in this university
really
classroom is hearing about this stuff for the first time.
Professor, do you think something that intense could happen here?
I'm sorry, did you just ask if an earthquake can happen in LA? Paul Giamatti invents a device
it's California.
that predicts earthquakes.
It's like a hot spot for earthquakes.
Exists, but they needed it for the plot. And while he's testing this thing out at the Hoover Dam, of course, everyone dies. Get the hell out of there! Man, this whole sequence is something. So his friend climbs up the dam while everything is collapsing, right? Paul Giamatti is telling everyone to run. Behind the barriers! Like it takes a scientist to figure that one out.
What was I gonna do?
And then his friend stays back just a second longer to save this obligatory girl who is far too old enough to just be standing there. And then he dies right at the goal line. He goes full enough to just be standing there. And then he dies right at the goal line.
What the heck? Like, when he fell, like she just flew? I don't know, something about that just kind of looks off for some reason. I don't know.
He goes full Pa Kent. So, like, the whole plot is just these two traveling to find their daughter because Mr. Fantastic ran away, right? They finally get to San Francisco when suddenly, if the San Andreas fault was the one that shook, why is there a tsunami going into San Francisco? Shouldn't this have gone out to Hawaii? That isn't how these things work. Doesn't matter though, we need the other daughter to almost drown.
Never thought about it like that.
You know, the Rock has to save her to
It's like, it's going down to San Andreas, like... Why is there a tsunami coming into the picture? I mean, then again, this movie just gotta be wacky. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about this stuff, so it's a good thing I'm learning.
The wrongs of the past.
Again, it's like poetry.
The last 20 minutes is just waiting for them to not kill off the daughter because we know how this ends. Even after she literally dies. Look at her convulsing. She drowned. Oh my god. She doesn't breathe for like 10 minutes. This isn't cutting it close. She was fucking dead.
Right.
He literally beats the life back into her like Larry the Lobster. And so our movie ends on a pretty hopeful note, despite like tens of millions dying.
Right.
And it's mainly because, just like 2012, our main character has now gotten back together with his ex-wife. The Rock and his family overlook the bay as the American flag unfurls, and they feel optimistic about the future.
What now?
How we rebuild.
Watch every March Madness game live, all in one place.
Okay, I hope that works well. Jordy 2.
When I think of sequels that couldn't get the star to return, I think of Jingle All the Way 2 with Larry the Cable Guy.
Mater?
Or The Tooth Fairy 2 with
Mater?
Larry the Cable Guy. The Rock is Larry the Cable Guy in Journey to the Mysterious Island, which is ironic because he was the Tooth Fairy. Journey to the Center of the Earth is one of those movies you watch a decade later and go, wow, did it really look that bad? Yes, it did. And apparently,
I never seen the first one. I've only seen the second, like a couple of years ago. So I need to. Because,
Apparently, Hollywood just needed a second one because despite Brendan Fraser not coming back, we got a sequel.
Yeah.
This time with The Rock.
We're procrastinating out of fear, aren't we? Oh, absolutely.
Which means that this was the first instance of Jungle Rock, a trope that would be very common a few years later.
Jungle Cruise,
a
of
whole
course.
genre of rock in itself. But before talking about Journey 2, we have to talk about Journey 1. Not because there's much connecting these two, there isn't, but just look at that. How can I not? Do you know Jules Verne? 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, From the Earth to the Moon, Journey to the Center of the Earth? Well, what if he was right? What if those stories were real? That's the premise. Also, there's a dinosaur. This movie came out a year before Avatar. Speaking of which, sometimes you'll hear Avatar praised as a theme park ride, which means it looked nice, and that's all anyone really remembered. Well, this movie is kind of like a ride too, like Shrek 4D. That's not even a joke, like a Universal Studios ride.
Why did that jump scare us? I don't know, that jump scare made me laugh.
Those rides that always throw something at you. Your chair
Like
moves,
Universal?
their smell-o-vision. Journey to the Center of the Earth begins with this random guy dying.
Cause of course he had to, cause
It
twice.
jumps Brendan Fraser wide awake, and he turns to look at that. Turns out this badly photoshopped guy is Brendan Fraser's dead brother who has been missing for years. Nobody knows where he went. So like, how did he have this dream? How does Brendan Fraser know what the cartoon dinosaur looks like before going to the center of the earth? Is this a psychic premonition?
That was so off.
Is this the work of the three-eyed raven? We never find out. Ever since his disappearance, Brendan Fraser has been trying to figure out what his brother was up to. But oh no, Seth Meyers is about to cut his funding. He's the clear bad guy, because he doesn't want Brendan Fraser wasting college funds on proving that the Earth is hollow.
That's all I've got left is Max. It's been 10 years.
What a jerk. Conan would never. Anyway, Brendan Fraser's nephew, Peter from Hunger Games, comes to town, and these two have to pretend to get along despite having nothing in common. Perhaps they'll bond over their mutual enjoyment of the PSP. Hell yeah. After having a breakthrough, these two go to Iceland, where they meet Iceland Girl. That's her name. That's what I'm going with. And they'll all mutually
Iceland
fall
Girl.
into a hole like Squidward in that pirate episode. They fall into a magical world at the center of the earth, filled with wondrous creatures all rendered on the PlayStation 2. Despite the premise being about a lost world at the center.
Yeah, like, I've always wondered why the VFX looks so off. It just feels like a PS2 game that was used for something like Universal or something. Okay.
The most that really happens is they see some floating rocks, some scary fish, and get chased by a dinosaur. Jurassic Park came out in 1993. After all the shenanigans, they return home by shooting out a volcano and sliding down a mountain in a skull. There's not much of a plot, really. It's more like a series of set pieces. I guess you could say that in the end, it's all about the journey. It's a live-action cartoon. Very Shark Boy and Lava Girl-esque. Which is another way of saying everyone looks like they're in a video game, and it looks god-awful. But hey, I'm sure some kids really liked it back in 2008. Just like how I like Spy Kids 2, despite it looking like that.
And funny enough, I did like Shark Boy and Lava Girl movie back then. Now, growing up, I cannot believe how I missed how terrible the VFX were, but I mean, hey, the vision of a child can really do something to you, huh?
This was meant to be watched as a 7-year-old in 4D 20 years ago, and not watched at 11 a.m. in the year 2026 by an ever-aging man. You don't need a big screen, though, to appreciate Brendan Fraser. He sure is giving it his all.
Yeah.
He is being very Brendan Fraser-y. He yells Sean a lot. He's a very good reading man. He tried
Heavy
his
Rain
hardest,
2?
and I think
What?
that's very neat. It also makes The Rock look so much worse in comparison.
They will not stop until you feed them.
Journey to the Mysterious Island is a movie I am shocked actually came to theaters and did not immediately release on Disney DVD. This is a sequel in really name only. This does not have the same director, nor the same...
It's... How do I put this? Like, in video game terms, it's like a same franchise, like old franchise, new developer type situation. Is that a good way to put it? I don't know. I'm just thinking about that one Scott DeWaz video.
Writers, not even the same Seth Meyers. Nobody returned except for Josh Hutcherson. Even his own mother left. That's rough, buddy. So, say you're an executive. You're in charge of marketing the sequel, which isn't really a sequel at all. Like, the only guy you have left is PETA from Hunger Games. And yeah, he's grown up, but he's not really leading man material until he fights Freddy Fazbear 2 decades later. What are you supposed to do? Well, they do what any self-respecting studio does. Get The Rock.
You've got to do this.
And it actually worked. This made more money than the first. How?
Oh, really?
I'll tell you how. This guy.
The Rock.
So, let's talk about it.
Okay. Too much happening. That's too much happening.
It's been 4 years since the first movie, and now Josh Hutcherson is a full-blown Vernian. Zathura has grown up to become obsessed with all things Jules Verne. Apparently, there's a whole bunch of Vernians out there, and they send codes to each other. He even gets in trouble with the cops after trying to hack a satellite to crack a fellow Vernian's code. Oh lord. After getting arrested because he thought riding a motorcycle set to Green Day was cool, he gets bailed out by his new stepdad.
The Rock.
Your favorite movies and TV are on YouTube. Press play on something new. Breathe in. Get Paramount Plus. Play Kids Learning. Updated.
Hank. So, Hank, who has to go out at night to bail out his loser chud stepson, is thanked by that stepson for his inconvenience with the classic, "I hate you, you're not my real dad."
Because why not?
Hey, buddy.
It's just the first movie again, but instead of a Hollow Earth, it's an island. The Rock can't connect to his almost adult stepson. How will these two bond? Oh, I have an idea. Instead of this Jules Verne novel, it's these two. Instead of Iceland Girl, we have High School Musical. The March of Time has somehow made this movie even more forgettable.
That is crazy.
Like a discount DVD your grandma buys at Dollar General because she thought it was Jumanji. The Rock isn't just Hank.
That is a
stepdad
crazy
with a heart of
scenario,
gold.
though.
He is really just The Rock. He's the guy that can do anything, solve any problem. Like, he stopped Sean from getting arrested by just showing up. He's not even a cop. They just listen to him anyway. He's just that alpha. That said, The Rock is probably the best part of the movie. He's really surrounded by a cast of boring or just plain unlikable characters. And the worst offender is shockingly Michael Caine as the grandpa. Turns out Grandpa is the biggest Vernian of them all, and he was the one sending the coded messages the entire time. Ooh. I find this development really hilarious because it just makes this whole Vernian world so much smaller. At first I thought there was like a whole group of Vernians or something, but no, it's only this kid and his grandpa who give a shit about this stuff. Despite the last movie never bringing it up, the Andersons were some real adventurers this whole time. Oh yeah, the family's called the Andersons. I forgot to say that till now. And what's incredible is that the Andersons, this family of Vernian scholars, aren't even that good at it. Sean's been trying to crack this code for a while, and he just can't figure it out. And he never figures it out. They only solve the puzzle because The Rock casually strolls in and deciphers it in seconds.
The island is
Crazy.
real.
Are you serious?
When they finally meet Grandpa on the island, Grandpa is kind of a dick.
Your stepfather. Well, maybe that's why it took so long, eh?
Buddy, he figured this whole thing out. Your idiot grandson didn't.
Right, come on now.
You are not an Anderson.
Yeah, he's not an
Clearly
Anderson.
not.
He's not related to you. That's
He's
how
The
marriage
Rock.
Works.
That's how movies work.
Just so confident in his introduction, you think, wow, this is a guy who has it all figured out.
Why don't you lead the way? Oh, actually, we want to live through the night.
He looks the part,
Dang.
he speaks the part, but, no. This guy's a fucking idiot. You see, the mysterious island is actually Atlantis. And Atlantis periodically sinks back into the ocean from time to time. Grandpa says that it'll be years until the island sinks, like 14 years or so. Then The Rock looks at some puddles and goes, no, this island is sinking, like, right now.
This island isn't due to
Just
sink
from
for
checking out the
14
puddle is
years.
crazy work.
I kind of hate this family. Sean acts all cocky and adventurous when the most resourceful thing he ever did in the first movie was just Google on a PSP. I mean, he did unscramble some codes at like 13, but somehow at 17, he doesn't know what coordinates are.
What are those? Coordinates. Longitude, latitude.
How are you just finding out about latitude and longitude? This is your job. Imagine if in National Treasure, instead of having that American Revolution autism, Nicolas Cage and his dad were just frauds. They solve nothing. The Rock is the one who finds the treasure. Now, you might be asking, where is Brendan Fraser? Is he rotting in an apartment? It's kind of weird we're going on a Jules Verne-themed adventure where his nephew is going to find his grandpa, Brendan Fraser's dad, and nobody ever bothers to contact the man or mention his name. Even at the end, when his grandpa is back and it's like a big happy family reunion, everyone is here except Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
So, film theory. I'm gonna say that these two hate each other. At the end of the first movie, Sean ends up taking home a few pounds of diamonds from the center of the earth. Yeah, a few pounds. That's like a few hundred millions of dollars worth of gems. But for some reason, in this movie, Sean can't even afford to pay for a helicopter flight. Brendan Fraser somehow came into enough money to start his own research lab, which isn't cheap at all. This isn't opening a lemonade stand. So I have a theory. My theory is Brendan Fraser just stole the diamonds. He just stole his 13-year-old's diamonds in Minecraft and ran. Nobody in his family ever saw him again. Sean even says something like, everyone I knew left me.
I've had a lot of people take off on me in my life.
What does that mean? Your dad died, your mom was, well, recasted, but he doesn't know that. The only person this means is Brendan Fraser, his uncle, his replacement father figure, stole his diamonds and future and left. The only priceless rock in his life now is Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock.
Oh yeah, they set up for a third movie where they would have gone to the moon. They never did.
Skyscraper.
This is Lovable, the AI app builder that turns ideas into reality. From small side projects.
Wait, alright, so how do we go from an island... Wait, so how do we go from the center of the earth to an island to the moon in a span of like... Oh wait. Isn't this whole thing just a isn't this whole series like a compilation of Vernian novels? Because wasn't there like a book about a moon somewhere? Said something about Vernian. Ah, dang. Well, let's do this. Journey to center of the earth. Jeez, okay. I'm just sorry, fellas. Oh, Vern. Okay. All right, so from the Earth to the moon. Okay. I bet they had an island too. Okay, so 20,000 leagues under the sea in a mysterious. Okay, gotcha. Might as well do like around the world next. If you're gonna like transition it smoothly at least or something like that. I don't know. I'm moving on. Skyscraper.
Title kind of says it all. Skyscraper is Die Hard, but worse. It's the Tower.
It's with The
Inferno,
Rock.
but bad. I like bad movies. Like if a bad movie is at least entertaining, and if it's so bad it's good, I give it a pass. but there is nothing worse to me than a bad movie that's just so boring. Skyscraper is one of those movies.
I've seen a few of those like that.
It's tedious, monotonous, a perfectly 4 out of 10 mid-sized action romp with a lot of CGI and forgettable characters. But hey, there are still a few differences here. For one,
Die Hard was actually good.
He's missing a leg. That's right. Ex-SWAT officer The Rock lost his leg after a failed game of Rainbow Six Siege, and he hasn't wanted to log back on since. He lives a simpler life now. In Hong Kong, working as a security consultant for the largest skyscraper in the world, the Pearl, a city in the sky. I want to talk about my favorite character in Skyscraper. The skyscraper it's...
Oh, word. Hold on, because this reminds me of that one movie. I think it was Lupin the Third. I don't know. It was like on TikTok. It was this movie that had like the tallest tower. It was something like that, but collapsed at the end. Just came to my mind. I don't know the movie though. If y'all know what I'm talking about, please let me know in the comments, because I want to watch that movie first. To be real with you.
More thought was put into this fictional building than making a likable movie. I was obsessed
that
with
is crazy.
Mechanics as a kid.
Wait, whoa, hold up.
Building than making a likable movie. I was...
That's like... billions? That's probably billions. Putting into this dream cruise. That would be crazy. That would be like the craziest cruise ships I've ever seen. And probably like a few billionaires would just chill there. Until they hit like an iceberg or something. I don't know.
Obsessed with popular mechanics as a kid, so I just eat this shit up. I love fake buildings. I love stuff like this. Ironically, for a forgettable movie, the building itself is pretty memorable. I actually just saw it in a Metaball Studios video while making this video. They got an actual architecture firm to make this concept. The same firm who made the Burj Khalifa, but like this one's 1,000 feet taller. It's a self-sustaining city in the sky. It's got a park. It's got a waterfall. It's got
that
a
is
big
cool.
wall. It's got the most high-tech security in the world, until it doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we got a Nakatomi Tower situation, and The Rock has to stop the bad guys from doing whatever they're trying to do. Who cares? They took the
What
Rock's
are they trying to
family
do?
hostage. Master Chief helped them do it. That's the plot. There's so many dumb moments you would think I'd find ironic enjoyment out of. Like The Rock using his prosthetic leg in stupid ways. He jumps like 50 feet one time. He kicks a guy so hard he explodes. But like that's it. That's
What in a SpongeBob was that?
When it tries to be a real movie with a plot and everything, it just wears you down.
Oh.
Get tax expertise without fees. Switch to a TurboTax expert. From what?
Oh. So the owner of
that would be terrifying.
Sorted by some crime syndicate.
I mean, as cool as it looks, I would not go there. I would not live there. In fact, I'll be all right in a fairly small apartment where I am, well, somewhat where I am. You know, just saying.
Right? But he pulled a reverse Uno card and hacked them instead, got all their names and information. Instead of giving that information to, you know, the cops like a normal person, or uploading it to a server in case they try to come after him, he just put it on a flash drive and hid it in the building. So these really bad guys know where this really bad information is stored physically in one location. And all it takes is taking down the building to clear their names.
I'm sorry, but me personally, you just gonna burn down a whole building for For a flash drive like this? A flat, you're committing arson for this thing. Right here. There were like so many... There were like better ways to go about this. He could have done like what Die Hard did. And like... Find a way to crack the safe open. Why you gotta commit arson? This is probably like one of those movies that's so bad it's like funny. Not gonna lie. Moving on.
How did you expect this was gonna go down?
You need to leave now.
So The Rock's ex-partner Master Chief teams up with them, and it's really funny because you think he's gonna be a bigger character, but then The Rock kills him in Act 1.
Crazy.
Jimmy Reigns, no new season of Halo for you. The skyscraper the entire movie gets slowly engulfed in flames, right? All because the bad guys shut down every safety protocol to break into the building. This includes the fire extinguishers. After all the bad guys are gone and explode, they press the fire extinguisher button, and somehow it works. This building looks like this. It should be a husk, yet somehow it can still put out the fire
with a few extinguishers.
How is there anything working within these walls?
I
don't
know.
Asshole at the end of the movie. So yeah, skyscraper.
Yeah.
It's
It's something. That SpongeBob explosion,
dog.
I
learned an important lesson today. The Rock was in some pretty forgettable movies. A stunning revelation, I know. The funniest thing about watching all of these is realizing that they would have never gone to theaters today. If a movie like Skyscraper came out today, that would have been an Amazon Prime original. San Andreas would have been an Apple TV exclusive.
Or maybe like Netflix.
Maybe that's for the best. Maybe The Rock needs these mid-sized streaming movies. Because I have a sinking feeling that with each box office failure, we get one movie closer to The Rock running for president. See y'all in 2032.
Why is the crap talking about Persona? I want a 3. I mean, that could happen. But, I'm still confused about Skyscraper. But, yeah, that's the amazing world of The Rock, Slop. You know? Oh. Gotta head on now for a meeting in like a few minutes. So, with that, Phil Legend signing off. Good day. Oh, hold on.